Good morning, St. Peter's, day 49. Jesus is the better priest. Part 3. All of this discussion on priest stuff can be quite confusing. We get to Hebrews chapter 7 and chapter 8 this morning, and there's mention of the Levitical priesthood of Aaron. So a lot of Old Testament stuff, and also of this mysterious character named Melchizedek. The great thing is that the book of Hebrews has all this stuff about Melchizedek and Aaron, but he says in chapter 8 verse 1, listen to this, he summarizes it for us. He says the main point of what is being said is this. That is, all of this stuff about Levitical stuff, Melchizedek, can get very confusing and mind-bogglingly detailed, but he tells us that chapter 8 verse 1, this is the main point of what I'm going to say. Let me just summarize for you the main point of 7 to 8. Really, he's just saying that there are priests that come from the Levitical line of Aaron, which God instituted through Moses' time, Aaron, the brother of Moses, I should say. And the Levitical priests were passed on from person to person down that line from the one tribe out of the 12 tribes of Levi. And this Melchizedek guy comes from somewhere else. He comes from a different line. And the writer of Hebrews is simply just bringing him in to show that priesthood can come from a different line, because Jesus is from the line of Judah, which is a different tribe as opposed to Levi. And so the writer of Hebrews is just trying to legitimize and show that indeed priesthood can come from a different line. But now he gets to the main point. The main point of what he's saying is this. He sat down, Jesus, the priest, sat down at the right hand of the throne of the majesty in the heavens. For every high priest is appointed to offer gifts and sacrifices, and that's important they have something to offer. And if you're on earth, he wouldn't be a priest, since there are those who are offering the gifts prescribed by the law. They serve as a copy and shadow of the heavenly things, as Moses was warned when he was about to complete the tabernacle for God. But Jesus has now obtained a superior ministry, and to that degree is a mediator of a better covenant which is established on better promises. What he's saying is this. All of that stuff with the priests going into the temple, offering sacrifices, into the sanctuary, into the Holy of Holies, all of that was a shadow for the real priest to go into the real temple, that is the real presence of God, the heavens, and to make the real sacrifice once for all. And so the main point of what he's saying is this. Jesus has gone behind the curtain of the temple into the presence of God, truly into the presence of God. He's gone into the real heavens. He's made the real sacrifice, not one that needs to be made over and over again. The sacrifice is himself. And he's come before the real God, and now there is true forgiveness for all people. And that's why it says he sat down at the throne of majesty before God. So in Exodus, it goes on and on and on and on about the details of how the temple needs to be this particular height, this width, it has to have this particular gold things here, that particular gold things there. And the reason why is it's a earthly symbol of the heavenly reality. But now we have a better priest, Jesus, who has gone into the presence of God, made the perfect sacrifice before the perfect temple for God and for our forgiveness. Read chapter 7 to 8 and you'll see that Jesus is based on the better promise. We don't need someone holy to represent us before God anymore. We don't need to know someone like a relative or someone who's more spiritual to get to God. We have God's blessing, and we can know forgiveness and his love through Jesus and through what he's done. See you tomorrow.